Hi, this is Chelsea Melcher, and today we are going to talk about why I decided to try to learn or memorize a whole opera roll in 11 days. Let's jump right in. There's quite a few reasons why, and one of it is something that I've always wanted to do is learn more rep. And sometimes it just takes getting a contract for something or being invited for something to make yourself do it, right? To have that motivation and to follow through with it. Of course, we always want to learn more rep, but that's one reason. Another reason is because I want to show my students what they can accomplish if they really set their mind to it. A lot of times we'll make deadlines for different classes that they have with music and performing, like, oh, you need your lines memorized by this time, or you need your music memorized by this memorization test. And a lot of times there's quite a few excuses that come up, like, oh, I got sick, or I was really busy at school, I had a bunch of projects due, or things like that. And so I want to be able to relate with them and be like, okay, I'm a mom of two. I have literally no time. A business owner, also a teacher, and trying to memorize over 100 pages worth, like it's a 2-hour opera, trying to memorize that in 11 days. At the time of this recording, I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I figured it would help me learn a lot of it if I don't get to the end of the goal. And so that's great, because I have to learn it really, really fast. And the reason why I'm really under the gun to learn this is because I was going to be performing a different role from a different opera. And then I heard that they were a little bit on the fence about doing it anyway, and they might be doing something else. And I was just kind of going to wait and see what they heard. And so when they contacted me, they said, yeah, we're going to do the other opera. I said, okay. But then they said, oh, we want you to do Norina in Pasquale. Oh, okay. I had never done that role. I had learned in college, I had learned one of the duets, and I had taken a look at one of the arias before, but that's it. And the rest of the whole opera is brand spanking fresh new. I'm like, whoa. I remember after that phone call, I felt slightly terrified and slightly excited at the same time. I was like, okay, let's go, because rehearsals start in several months. And for when you're contracted, when you do professional gigs, you've got to be off book by the time you start rehearsals. You've got to know your role inside and out and just be ready for the cleaning the final product and then putting it together with the other singers. So there's not time for me to do it. So I'm like, okay, I've got to get this done. And then we watched this documentary, Paul and I, and he wanted to watch it, and it was really, really inspiring. And it was about a man named Nims, and he's a climber in Nepal. He grew up with absolutely nothing, and then he fell in love with climbing. I'm talking like mountains, like icy peaks, and the glaciers falling through and slipping on the ice and falling, 8,000 meters type of thing. And so his name is Nims, and in 2019, he wanted to break the world record for climbing the number of, it's 8,000 meter peaks. So there's 14 in the whole world, there's 14 8,000 meter peaks. And the fastest that someone had been able to do all of them was, I think, 8 years. And it's grueling. Like, it takes every ounce of physical and mental strength and energy that you have. You can lose your life all the time when you're doing it. It takes recovery, it takes training. And so 14 of those peaks in 7 years was the current record. And so, or 8 years. And then Nims decided that he wanted to do it in 7 months. And when we were watching this documentary, we're like, what? That's crazy. And Nims was talking about how he would tell people of his goal, and then they would tell him, that's not possible. It's impossible. Completely impossible. Physically, mentally, everything. And then he was like, okay, so I'm going to call it Project Possible. And then he did it. It was like, whoa. It was super, super inspiring to just and not that I want to go climb mountains in a matter of speaking, but figuratively, all the things that sometimes we can make excuses about, or that's not possible, or there's no way that's going to happen. What if we're like, no, it's possible and I'm going to do it? And I think he's very unfeatured. I don't know the right word, or he's not featured as much, or underrated as far as press goes. But he's from Nepal and a freaking superstar. So if you have a chance to watch that documentary, I think it's called Project Possible, but it's from Nims, the Nepal mountaineer. And so here we are. Let's go through this. Let's memorize this whole score in 11 days. The most that I have done, to give you some perspective, this is in Italian, and there's a combination of recit and aria, duet, trio, quartet. There's a lot of text, and my character Norina is considered the female lead. She's in all 3 acts, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and it's just a lot. It's a lot of coloratura going all over the place. And so I'm really nervous, and I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to say that that's my Project Possible for the next 11 days, and really bust my butt and see what it is that I'm truly capable of doing. And to give you some perspective, the most that my usual pace of something, if I have a gig coming up that I'm contracted for, I will learn about a 3 or 4 minute piece in a week. I'll be able to learn and memorize it, and that's pushing it for me. So thinking about a week and a half, 2-hour opera, brand spanking new, in Italian. Let's go. So Pasquale update, I am here and I have learned, there's like, I think 30 pages of music that I've learned, and I'm here, and Molly will not stop wanting to nurse because that's what she loves to do, and Michael's here playing, and we're trying to really get motivated and get down to business, but there's constant interruptions, and I hear all of these toy noises playing music, and it's messing with my tonality when I'm trying to sight read this music, and I'm like, oh, but it's fine. We're in the middle of it. Okay, right now we're going to work on pages 127 to 150, and I'm absolutely sight reading this, and there's a lot of noises. I can't even be sitting at the piano right now, and so it's going to be interesting, but we'll see how much we get done. Okay, so we're going to be reading this. What I do is first I take the text and I just read it as text. And these are Italian words. I have no idea. I know a lot of this text, but I really don't know the literal translation until I look it up and write it in. So, riunita immantinente, la servitù qui voglio. Tre in tutto, va benissimo, c'è poca da contar a voi da quanto sembrami voi siete il maggiorno. Okay, there's Molly's feet right in my face. Okay. Riununta immantinente la servitù qui voglio. Tre in tutto, va benissimo, c'è poca da contar a voi da quanto sembrami voi siete il maggiorno. Ok, subito vin comincio la paga raddoppiar, ora attenti gli ordini che mi dispongo a dar. Subito vin comincio la paga raddoppiar, ora attenti agli ordini che mi dispongo a dar. All right, now we're trying to say it more comfortably. Riunita immantinente la servitù qui voglio. Tre in tutto, va benissimo, c'è poco da contar a voi da quanto sembrami voi siete il maggiordomo. My brain does not like this first word. Riunita immantinente la servitù qui voglio. Riunita immantinente la servitù qui voglio. And then I try to say it in rhythm. So boom, boom, riunita immantinente
La servitù qui voglio, boom, 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 boom. 38, va benissimo, c'è poco da contar, boom, c'è poco. Okay, so then I take the notes and I try to sight read. Boom, 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 bum, 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 bum. And then I take breaks when my kids need something. Okay, we're back at it. So, boom. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. Yep.
Look at these short teeth.
Whoa, that's a crazy whale. Look at that.
That's not a whale, that's a shark.
It's shark, sorry. Okay. So then I try to slowly put together the things. I don't even really know what keywords were. Well, I know that we're in E, but I'm just hearing all sorts of keys going on in the background behind. So I'm just gonna pick a key. Let's do it with this one. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so. Riunita immantinente, la servitù qui voglio. 38, va benissimo, c'è c'è poco da contar, c'è poco da contar, a voi da quanto sembra mi, voi siete il maggiordomo. All right, so then I check myself on the piano to make sure that my sight reading was correct. One.
A few moments later.
Feeling really tired right now. My brain is fried. In front of the kids, I feel really exhausted. But we just put on a little TV show for them. And Paul's working on some of his goals, and I'm working on this, and I'm gonna learn it in a month. Let's go. The word that's hanging me up is, okay, you have scegliere un sarto un gioielliere. Try saying that. Gioielliere. 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 All right, I'm here in the basement. The kids are playing in the ball pit is what we call it, but it's like a cheap swimming pool, and we put balls in that. And they're enjoying things. My uncle's playing Peter and the Wolf, and I'm trying to get as much as I can done because I think I might have Act 3. I think I might have Act 3. Okay. And I had to make the decision before I had to take Michael to preschool of, am I going to take a shower before I drive him in the car or work on some more Pasquale? And I chose Pasquale today. Okay, so I think I have the whole thing learned. I think so. It's Thursday night. I said by Friday. So it's good. So tomorrow I'm gonna sing through it and see and mark the spots that are kind of edgy still, but I feel a lot better because I got it. I got it all. Okay, Pasquale update. I know the whole score. I don't have it memorized. It's not clean. It's not performance ready, and I'm still making biffs and mistakes on things, but I can sing the whole score through. And I'm like, okay, I did it. Next step is memorization.
I'm really overwhelmed by that because there's so much text. For some reason, I feel like in a lot of the operas, there'll be like a sextet where you're singing with 6 people and you're doing the same line over and over and over and the music is different. I'm like, easy peasy, right? But there's so much text. So I have to get it in my brain. Pasquale, or no, Donizetti wrote Pasquale in 11 days. Can I memorize it in 11 days? I don't know. That's crazy to me because I usually, if I have a foreign language piece to memorize, say like 6 pages of music, like one song, three minutes, it might take me about a week, but I'm not like actively doing it all the time and like that's my big goal. So it seems impossible to me to try to memorize a whole opera score in 11 days. Maybe I'll try it. Speak the text as if you were saying sentences. Tornami a dir che mammi dimmi che mio tu sei quando tu o ben mi chiami la vita addoppi in me.
Okay, I'm currently in a what the heck did I just do place because the moment that I said that I was going to try to memorize all of Norina and Pasquale in 11 days, which is like a January 1st deadline. And then Paul asked me if I would record a piece for him that he just wrote for a competition, which is an Italian piece that I would have to memorize. There's quite a bit of text. And the deadline is January 31st as well. And then I also found a competition that I wanted to do where I have to rememorize 3 arias that I've done in the past. So it's not going to be as extenuating as learning new stuff, but I still have to learn 3 arias that get them in my body and everything. And the deadline for that is January 31st. So let's go. I'm so happy right now because I'm at the music school right now and this is what I hear. I hear violin and clarinet just playing in the background and I'm like, oh, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. My music heart is so happy right now. And this is at our music school in Marysville. So it's really special to me.
Pasquale update this morning. I have about 15 minutes before my student comes. So I'm taking the time to work on 3 pages that have really been messing with me. And so I wrote them on the whiteboard. I wrote the lyrics here, and so I'm just going through and saying it over and over and over, singing it over and over and over, and then gradually I'm gonna start erasing words. We'll see how much time I have before my student comes.
I want you to imagine what it would be like if you had so much focus, so much zen, so much peace, so much calmness, and so much excitement at the same time before a performance. As in, like, you're not getting in your head, you're not freaking out, you're not becoming a basket case, or you're not a hot mess. So if you feel like sometimes that is you, imagine what it would feel like if that wasn't the case, if that wasn't a problem anymore. It would be pretty awesome, right? So what is the first step to that? Working with your mindset. So if this is something that's of interest to you, I recommend going to stopcaringwhattheythink.com. If you're a performer and you want to have more confidence, if you want to get out of your head, these are tips and tricks that I'm offering to you for free. It's a free resource that can help you have more confidence, to manage that anxiety, and just to feel like you can enjoy life again. You can enjoy performing. That's what it's all about, right? So stopcaringwhattheythink.com. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope that you enjoyed it and learned something. Don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every Wednesday and a new podcast every Friday. Thanks.